are you? You good?
Good, really good.
Hello.
Good. Ah. Hello, everyone. It's not so hot today. Oh.
It's still beautiful, though, isn't it?
Oh, well, I love this time of year. You know, the quinces, the pomegranates, the persimmons coming on.
Will you ever leave?
Never. Never.
You're not going to go get yourself a flat in New York or anything?
Oh,
no?
no way. And considering this is our 40th year in the Valley. I'm local now.
You're going to be cooking some food. I'm going to leave you with Gary and the guys. Have lots of fun.
Thanks, George.
There, George.
Thank you.
Right, you lot. You've got to make the most of this. This is Maggie time. What are you going to cook for us today?
Well, we're cooking a loin of Berkshire pork with cavolo nero and an apple sauce using an Australian native thyme.
Beautiful. So?
Simple as. OK, the things that are important here is if it's not Berkshire, it should be heritage, from my point of view, because that is where you still have the fat in the animal. And we want a crackling, don't we? We want a crackling? OK. Yeah. Getting a crackling, you have to do something the night before, and that is you have to score it. And I like to score it really thinly. And you know, a Stanley knife is really good for that. OK? You pour boiling water over the skin. And then fennel seeds, you roast them first to get the flavours coming out, and then bruise them a little and with salt and bay, and you leave it uncovered in the fridge overnight.
So basically you're setting the skin up and drying the skin, and that's absolutely crucial.
Absolutely crucial.
OK.
And the last thing we have to do is to just brush off the salt. Not wash it, whatever you do.
Okay.
And you can see those thin scorings, and now this just goes into a preheated oven as high as you can go, 250, 260.
Wow. That's really
Wash
hot.
it.
No oil?
No, nothing. You want that dryness and you want that seize of the heat to start that crackling. That piece is about 750 grams. The cooking time is approximate, about 45 minutes. Okay. I don't think you can ever be prescriptive about cooking times. You've got to use temperature and feel and common sense.
Yeah.
OK, I'm making the apple sauce next. Could I have the butter, please, George?
You can do. Gary.
Oh.
That's all right, Barbara.
Oh, my gosh. OK, I really want to get a nuttiness. When you get a nuttiness in your butter, you get more flavour. But, see, I'm getting it now. OK, tiny bit of oil to stop it burning, because I don't want to burnt butter. Now, the apple in. I want a bit of texture, so I have one that is peeled and one that's not. And now the native thyme.
Beautiful.
It's quite strong, but it has a really, it has a mint characteristic.
It's absolutely wonderful. Amazing stuff.
Now, I'm going to put a little bit of sugar. There are 2 tablespoons of sugar, say, and this little bit of water, dash of verjuice.
Okay. And I can just smell that. It's like toffee apples. It's just really beautiful.
So I want to put this on low to caramelise.
I'll just let it have a sizzle.
Yeah, a slow sizzle.
Coming up.
Oh, wow.
Maggie's melt-in-the-mouth crackling.
Get stuck in.
It's so good.
Then later, George's take on a classic dolmati.
Amazing, George.
And the perfect potato mash.
We're cooking a loin of Berkshire pork with cavolo nero and apple sauce.
Apple sauce.
Apple okay.
Looking brilliant. Slightly soft, collapsed. Yummy. Pork's in the oven, crisping up. Is collapsed okay?
Collapsed, it's great.
Right, the cavolo nero.
Tuscan kale, black cabbage, cavolo nero.
Everybody's seen this stuff before?
Yeah.
All the kales have all come back into fashion. I love the squeakiness and I love that flavour.
I do too. OK. Now, just a bit of oil in the bottom of the pan, and not too hot a pan because I don't want the cavolo nero to go crisp. OK, I can hear that it's too hot, so I take it off straight away, and that's fine. When you're cooking, you do listen.
Yeah.
As much as anything else. Now, I'll put a little bit of water in.
Looking great.
Yeah.
Looking really lovely.
But it's also got to It's very close.
It is. Yummy.
It's close enough that I put a little bit of butter in now. Butter makes luscious.
Agreed.
So squeeze a bit of lemon for that little bit of acid balance, and a little bit of pepper perhaps.
How much?
Yeah, just... That's enough.
Good.
That's enough. But pepper should only ever be ground right at the last for most things for me. Yes. Now, we've got the two accompaniments ready. Let's get the pork out of the oven. We can't overcook it. Now, without...
Oh, mate. This is wonderful.
If you take it out at 62 and rest it to 69, then it's going to be perfect. Now, I actually drizzle it with a little bit of verjuice, but only on the meat, and it creates a jus.
Yeah.
It's like that. Follow the pork. You know? Follow the pork.
Okay. I want some of the fat.
Okay.
Because the fat is flavour, but
So
I
should
don't
we tip
want...
a tiny bit off?
Yeah. I don't
tell
want
me.
too... That's enough fat
That's
off.
good.
Yeah.
And then that into the pan.
Into the pan.
You know, actually, what I want to do is just get a chunk of bread and dip it in there. That's the best bit.
Okay, so at the last, just the grapes. Don't cook grapes, just have them just warming. Tarragon, all that lovely flavour there. That forms a sauce.
Whose mouth's watering? I'm like a sprinkler at the moment. Just like go.
Then let's have this on the board, ready to carve.
All right, good stuff.
And so I just go down.
Oh no, we got to eat that bit.
Of course you do. Of course you do. And can you see? It's silvery. It's silvery. It's cooked through, but it's not overcooked. And use the indentations there on the crackling as the carving position.
Sorry, I'm not listening to anything. That has got to be the most beautiful piece of pork I've eaten in a long time.
I get very excited.
I'm excited too. I just want to eat another bit. But no, we'll keep going.
So we've got the Cavolo Nero. And we've got the rustic apple sauce. Think of my cooking as rustic, but even in rustic, you know, don't take any shortcuts ever. That's kind of it. On the centre of the family table, this, just help yourself, and that's how I like to eat most of the time.
So no one wants to taste this, right? Go on then, couple from the front, come on. And Vern, because you've been cooking so beautifully. Nikki, what are you doing getting up? No, come on.
Sure? OK.
Oh, you can start this end, Nikki. Why don't you start this end? Have a little nibble.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. It's really good.
The flavour of the pork fat is just so sweet and just basic. Oh, it's so good.
And that's right, it is basic. It is about the produce shining.
That is unbelievable, Maggie. Every bit of me is dancing right now. It's great.
Gary!
Oh, hello, George.
Send him out here!
Right, I think